guys, how's it going? It's me, Megan, and I am back with another video. If you guys are new to my channel, I'm a part-time reseller on Poshmark and a few other platforms, but mostly Poshmark. And here on YouTube, I like to make reseller content. I'll do install videos, I'll do unboxings, I'll do all that good stuff. So if that is something you guys are interested in, please make sure to like and subscribe, and that way you'll never miss one of my videos. It's a Sunday video, and so here's my cat Sunday. She's gotten so big. She's pretty much the size, like weight-wise, of my other cat, who is like almost 2 years old. She likes to use her little fingers. She's so good at grabbing onto things. Okay, you're done. You're done. All right, pardon any cat hair that you might see now on my clothes. But yeah, anyway, I'm going to be sharing my sales from this last week, January 30th through February 5th. I will say I had more sales than last week, about the same amount of like net revenue, but more sales, which is good. Hopefully that's a good sign that things are picking up, not slowing down going into February. And I'm so excited again for January to be over. It was not a good month for me, but one thing is I have heard a few people talking about no source February or no thrift February. I don't know what it's called, but pretty much where you're not sourcing for February, you're just going through your death pile and, you know, keeping cost of goods down low, all that stuff. And I was like, oh, that's a really good idea. And I could start now, but I've already been to the bins this month. Again, I showed that video on Friday from earlier in January, but then just this last Wednesday, I went back to the bins, and I don't really have a death pile right now. And I mentioned last week that I kind of purged a lot of my old inventory, and I've gotten rid of about 100 pieces of clothing that just has been sitting for years or never got any attention, or I was never really excited about, came in mystery boxes, stuff like that. So I need inventory, but I thought that that was an interesting challenge in keeping your cost of goods low, because I did spend a lot of money on inventory in January, but the previous few months, like at the end of last year, I wasn't really sourcing that much. So it's not like the worst thing ever, but I think a good thing for me to do in February is to just get inventory, one, at the bins. And yes, I cut my finger. I was making cut off denim shorts to resell from like old Levi's and stuff, and it never fails that I cut my finger. Yeah, so getting stuff at the bins for low cost of goods, getting flip lots, which are low cost of goods to me because they don't cost anything. I do sell them on commission, so there's that added fee to it, but there's no out-of-pocket expense for me. It's just time and energy, but I do get to pick the lots myself. So getting close that way. And then the third way, and it just so happens, is a ThredUP rescue box. It's a denim rescue box. I did mention that the only rescue boxes that I'm really interested in getting in the future are the denim ones and the designer ones. I already got a couple of designer ones. I'll post that next video this week. If you saw my one from last Wednesday, that was one box I had gotten too. And I don't really plan on getting those as often as I can. I'll probably get a couple every few months, maybe, if I can find them. I don't personally love to stalk the website. I just like to check it, and if it's there, it's there. I'll check it like a few times, like I'm not just like going on and finding them. But I do love the denim boxes. They're cheaper now. They're $50 for 50 pounds. And because I spend so much money on ThredUP boxes, I guess I'm a VIP on ThredUP, and now I get free shipping over $30, I think, and that apparently applies to rescue boxes, which I am not mad about, but I am very surprised. And that will also help just keep my cost of goods down low for this month, since again, I did spend so much money last month. But I've had very, very good luck at the bins this week, and yeah, I'm gonna share my sales. Some of them have been from my last couple of bins trips that I made these last few weeks. So yeah, I'm just gonna get into it. So last Sunday on the 30th, I had 4 sales. I sold these BCBG, which BCBG Max Aria is better. Like, this is their lower line, but I have sold BCBG Max Aria in the past. I have had such a hard time selling BC, BG Generation or any of their lower lines. It just never moves for me, but these came in a ThredUP shoebox that wasn't great, so I did decide to list them to help me make my money back. And they weren't the worst. They were definitely retro, which is in. A little bit of a 70s vibe, which again is in. But they did sell for $14, and after fees I made $9.55. So I probably just profited and, you know, made my money back a little bit. Then I had a full price buy of these Madewell leather loafers. You might remember, I believe I showed these in my everything I bought in January so far video from a little while back. And these I got at Goodwill, and I believe they only priced them at $8, which I was absolutely shocked about because my Goodwill does not play like that. They will mark any Sorel anything up to at least $20. Like they could be Sorel flip-flops, they'll be $20. And even like the Madewell stuff, like I just happen to get lucky sometimes with their shoes because I think they get so many shoes that they just want to like get them to move. So I was not complaining about that. I did purchase them. I've been doing really, really well recently with loafers and Oxfords. So I was happy to pick those up. They actually ended up selling for what I had them listed at, which was $75, and after fees I made $60. Then I sold these Nike Flex golf shorts, and if you saw my bins haul from Friday, they were in that haul, and I had mentioned in the video that they sold for $20 and they sold on eBay. And after fees I made $17.66. I was hoping to get a little bit more for those, but if I pick something up at the bins and I get an offer like right away that's reasonable, I'm much more likely to take it because I did not spend that much money on them, and I will quickly recoup the cost of like my whole haul and immediately start just making pure profit. So I didn't want to say no and then sit on these shorts like for a year. That's also a big fear of mine, is saying no to offers that I know that might be the only offer I get for a while. So yeah, I was happy with that fast flip. Then I sold these Under Armour joggers. These have been a little bit of a slow sale. These came from a flip lot. I'm coming to the end of this flip lot, like you have 90 days to sell the items, and I'm coming to the end of those 90 days. So I'm really trying to push the last of the items from that lot. So these end up selling for $20 on Mercari. After fees, I made $17.12. And then after commission fees, I made $9.12. And then on Monday, the 31st, I had just one sale. I sold these new Tag Athleta jeans. These I've had for a very long time. I bought these at TJ Maxx for $6. They were new tags. I was really excited. I thought that that was a really good deal, but I think that just made them really flooded on Poshmark, and it's taken probably, I want to say, definitely over a year, maybe even 2, to sell these. I had 2 pairs. One sold, I think, maybe 6 months ago, and then these just sold for $36, and after fees I made $27.30. So still like a good profit, but just not what I thought I was gonna get for them when I picked them up originally. And then on Tuesday the 1st, I sold 4 pieces. I sold this Banana Republic green dress, which I got from a woman's 25-piece ThredUP box, I believe, and it was really cute. It was Banana Republic, which I have a very hard time moving, but it got a decent amount of attention. I didn't even, like, you'll see the listing. I hated the photo I took of it, but I just did not even want to like retake it at all because I just wasn't excited about it. So when someone offered me 20, I decided to accept, and after fees I made 16. And I sold these Hawkins banana print men's shorts that I forgot I even had. These came from either a men's ThredUP box or a Jomar ThredUP box from, again, maybe 2 years ago. I did not even know they were in my closet, which means they've been getting like no attention at all. But they ended up selling for $17, and after fees I made $13.60. I believe those might have originally been sold at Urban Outfitters, but an interesting piece nonetheless. Then I sold these Old Navy men's jeans, again from a ThredUP men's rescue box, or maybe even a denim rescue box, one of the two. They sold for $18, and after fees I made $12.90. I tend to steer away from Old Navy. It used to be a really good bread and butter brand for me, I would still pick up their jeans, and I have, if they're more like a wide leg jean, or I just picked up a pair of shorts from the bins too, women's shorts that were like newer, they were high rise. I love their denim personally. I literally just had like my favorite pair of jeans that were Old Navy rip the other day, and I was so sad. But it just hasn't been the best seller for me in recent times. Like there was a time where I'd sell it pretty quickly, but either the market's really flooded or I'm just really not willing to price my stuff so low anymore. It might not be worth the pickup for me. Then I had a ThredUP sale. I have had a few of the boxes I sent into them a very, very long time ago finally get processed. So someone bought these St. John jeans that I purchased. I remember these jeans. They were more of like a cargo pant. I don't remember where I purchased them, and I remember having them again for years and I couldn't sell them. I think I've sent them into ThredUP before and they sent them back to me. I probably like marked the price up really high, but now I'm not really adjusting my prices. I just want the credit so I can put that towards other inventory in the future. But they end up selling for $63.99, and after fees I'll make $24.58. And then on Wednesday the 2nd, I had 4 sales. I sold these Adidas Capri leggings, again, part of a flip lot. They sold for $21 on Poshmark. After fees, I made $16.80. And then after commission fees from Flip, I made $8.40. And as always, I have my link, my affiliate link to Flip down in the description. So if you are interested in signing up or learning more about them, you can check them out there. And then I had a same day sale. I listed this Free People V-neck sweater that I got from the bins, my most recent trip that I just made on Wednesday, and listed it on Wednesday. I found a couple of really cute Free People sweaters, and I just have a really hard time moving Free People. I do think it's probably one of the best performing brands on Poshmark, like in all, because I get that notification from time to time being like, sell Free People, like it's our hottest brand. I have such a hard time moving it, but I did really like the sweaters. I was going to try and sell them myself, and what I figured what would happen would they get no attention, and eventually I'd send them into a flip lot. But this got a ton of attention, specifically on Mercari, on Poshmark too, but on Mercari. And I had it listed for $50. Someone offered me $40, and I accepted because I had just got it from the bins, so I didn't pay that much. I had just listed it. It was gonna be a really quick sale. And again, I wanted to accept the $40 offer instead of sitting on it for who knows how long and then it not selling. And we are going out of sweater season. So long story short, it sold for $40 on Mercari, and after fees, I made $34.54. And that sale actually paid for half of the most recent bins trip I made, because I did spend like $60, I wanna say, on everything I got most recently from the bins, and that paid for half of it, so that was good. Then I sold this Harris Tweed flat cap, which if you remember from the video I posted on Friday from that bins haul, this was in it. It was just like a basic wool flat cap, but I know that men do gravitate toward that style. I like to pick up hats when I see them at the bins if they're of higher quality, because it's just something that I don't sell that often or find that often in other locations. So it ended up selling for $20, and then after fees, I made $17.12. I actually got a lot of attention on that, like on eBay and Mercari and Poshmark, and it did end up selling on Mercari. Then I had another ThredUP sale. It was this Nick & Zoe cardigan, and now I would pick up Nick & Zoe from time to time. This piece specifically I remember came from the bins, but I would stay away from it now. Like I don't pick it up at all. This was back, I picked that up back when I was picking things up from the bins to specifically send to ThredUP to sell, and I think it didn't sell. It came back to me, I sent it back, and now it's sold. But otherwise it's just not been a good performing brand for me whatsoever. But it did end up selling for $32.99, and after fees I will make $7.10. Then on Thursday I had 4 sales again. I had a full price buy of these Vince fur slides. These came in a ThredUP rescue box. I'm surprised someone bought these for full price, because I honestly shouldn't have even had them listed this high. They were not in the best of condition. but they were cute. I believe they were real fur and they were real leather and they were a nice pink color. And they did end up selling for $65, and after fees, I made $52. Then I had a full price buy of these Levi's men's 514 jeans, which I believe came in a denim rescue box. That's the thing with denim rescue boxes. You can get men's, women's, and children's items, not just jeans, but you know, shirts, dresses, jackets, stuff like that. And that's where a lot of my men's denim comes from. Otherwise, I don't really pick it up that often, like at the bins or anywhere else. There are good brands, but I just don't source it. But they end up selling for $30, and after fees, I made $24. Then I sold these two New Tag Abound tank tops that I had listed in a bundle, like in the same listing. And I've had these, again, for years. They came in a Jomar box. I think the first Jomar box I ever received. And I've just sort of been ignoring them in my closet, but someone offered me 15, I accepted, and after fees I made 12. Again, Abound is not a brand I would pick up. It's a Nordstrom House brand or a Nordstrom Rack House brand, and I just never get like attention on those items when I pick them up. And then I sold these J. Crew suede flats, which again came from a ThredUP shoebox, again, from a very, very long time ago. Possibly my first shoebox I ever received. I actually had put these in a pile to send back to ThredUP just recently, but I forgot to take them out of my closet, and then they sold. And luckily for me, I'm very, very lazy sometimes, and I have not put those boxes together yet, so they were easy to just grab out of the pile and ship. They actually ended up selling for $28, and after fees, I made $20.90. And then on Friday the 4th, I had two sales. I sold this men's Columbia raincoat. I loved this coat. I got this at the bins the most recent time that I haven't posted yet, and it was in excellent condition. I don't think it had ever been worn. I was surprised it was still there, but then as I was taking it out of my cart to put it in my car after I'd already bought it, I noticed that there was a company logo on the sleeve, and I was debating like, what should I do? But I think without that logo, I probably would have listed it for $50. With the logo, I posted it for $30 and sent out offers. I knew the quality was high. I know people like their products. The specific raincoat, it's called the Watertight. It's, you know, very sought after, especially in good condition. I figured if it didn't sell, my husband can use it, or I was going to eventually donate it to one of the homeless shelters nearby. But it actually sold very quickly. It ended up selling for $27, and after fees I made $20.10. And then the other thing I sold on Friday were these soft suede heels, and you heard it from me 100 times, but yes, these were from a ThredUP shoebox that I got probably 2 years ago. I probably didn't need to list them or have them listed this long. I don't source shoes that often, so storing them isn't a big deal because it's not like overflowing for me, and I sort of just forget about the listings. But someone offered me 15 for them, and I decided to accept, and after fees I made 12. And then on Saturday the 5th, I had 6 sales, which I was very excited about. I've been having really good Saturdays recently, I've noticed, as I've been listing more during the week. So I really want to stay up to date with listing more during the week because it is really paying off on the weekends. But the first thing I sold were these Nike joggers, and these came from my most recent bins trip that I haven't posted yet. And these joggers with that Columbia jacket and that Free People sweater have paid for my whole bins trip that I made. So now everything else is profit, which I'm very happy about, especially because I did that trip on Wednesday and then it was paid off by Saturday morning. So that's why I love the bins, and I need to keep reminding myself, like, this is why I need to go to the bins more often. Last year, just mixed with the pandemic and everything, I've had a really hard time getting myself to go, but it's been a lot better, and I'm trying to figure out like which days are the least busy and work best for me. And yeah, it's definitely paying off. But anyway, these Nike joggers, I picked them up thinking they were men's. I picked them up solely because they were in good condition. I didn't check the year. I believe they were 2016. I did find a stock photo for them, so that was good, but they were actually women's, which isn't a big deal. But I just do really well with men's Nike joggers specifically, and these weren't like the sweatpant kind. These were just like nylon, I think. like the dry fit material. But I listed them for 30 and like seconds later, I got an offer for 15 and I sat on it for a while, but I decided to accept because I hadn't gotten any other attention. I think I waited like maybe slept on it. Like it happened Friday and I slept on it until Saturday morning, but they hadn't been getting any other attention. And I thought, what if no one else wants this? I have not had good luck with counter offering. A lot of the time I offer a little bit of a higher price even, and they just ghost me or they straight up decline, or they offer the same amount they did before, and that makes me angry, so then I don't want to accept. Yeah, I did just decide to accept. So they sold for 15 and after fees I made $10.50. I forgot that I had a shipping discount on them, so I might have counter offered, but I forgot. But that's fine, because they weren't that great and they weighed very little. So in the grand scheme of things, I got a lot of heavy stuff that day. These probably honestly cost nothing. Then I sold this Rails star print tee. I've had this for a little bit, but not too long. I actually got this at the bins. This was the first time I had ever found Rails and I was really excited. It was a linen tee with a star print. Again, it has sat for a little bit, but it's definitely a more summery top, and I think that's probably why someone picked it up now. Sold for $36 and after fees I made $27.30. Then I forgot to mention that I also made this sale. If you remember, this was in my bins haul that I did on Friday. It was this fossil leather belt. I was expecting to get a little bit more for this, but I only listed it at $26. So when someone offered me $20, I decided to accept. Again, I am much more willing to accept offers on things I picked up recently and especially at the bins. So it sold for $20 and then after fees I made $16. Then I sold one of my favorite items that I found at the bins most recently. Again, not posted yet, but this new Tag J. Crew cropped cardigan. This was one of the heavier items I did buy at the bins, and a reason why I think no one else picked it up. It was so cute. It was actually from their spring 21 collection, so just last year. I believe it was new without tags because it still had that clear, and that's how I listed it. It still had that clear like tag part off, but the actual tag had been ripped off. And it was surrounded in the bins with other mall brands that were new with tag. So I quickly picked it up. It was an amazing size. It was in perfect condition, but it was kind of heavy. So I know why people passed on it, but I'm not scared to pick up heavy items at the bins. It helps me make weight. At the end of the day, I want to hit 25 pounds at least, so I get the lower cost per pound. But yeah, I picked it up and it ended up selling really quickly. It sold for $50 and after fees I made $38.50. And like I said, I've already made all my money back from that haul, so that was profit. And then probably my biggest sale of the week, I sold this self-portrait one-shoulder dress. Self-portrait is a great brand, again, that I haven't found on my own, like out in the wild yet. But this came to me in a flip lot, and it was one of the reasons why I got the lot, because I was excited to sell this brand. It was one shoulder, which is still pretty trendy, and like I looked up stock photos before and I was just really excited to sell it. It has sat for a little while. I had it listed at $200 and I've been sending offers like crazy because this piece got a ton of likes. I've relisted it, but again, I'm coming to the end of the 90 days that I have to sell this person's items, and I didn't not want to sell it or wait too long and then not get any other offers for it. So I ended up accepting an offer of $120. After fees, I made $96, and then after flip commission fees, I made $48. So ideally, those are the flip lots that I would want to get, lots that have higher priced items, so I get a better payout. But the last thing I sold last night were these Nike 2-in-1 shorts, again, from my most recent bins trip, not posted yet. They were really cute. I just picked them up because of like visual style. They were in good condition. And now we're getting into shorts weather, so that includes like athletic wear when people are going to the gym and running and all that good stuff. So they ended up selling for $18, and after fees I made $12.90, and that was also on Poshmark. So my gross total for this last week was $839.98. And then after fees of $281.01, which is on the higher side because of things like ThredUP and my flip lots. They have a higher like commission fee, so that's why my fees get so high. But after that, my net total for this week was $558.97. So yeah, I'm really happy with that. I prefer this year, my goal is to be at $500 a week, at least before I go full time. And that makes me definitely happy, considering that my last few weeks have been not so great, but getting back up to that amount is exciting. So let me know how your guys' weeks have been. Let me know if you have noticed that sales have been picking up or not. How's your sourcing been? Are you participating in No Thrift February or No Source February? And how that's working out for you guys. And yeah, I hope you guys have a great time sourcing and selling, and I will see you guys all in Wednesday's video. Bye!